Hello devotees, welcome to Tirumala Tirupati Info by KHM channel. In this video, we will guide you through two very important guidelines every pilgrim must know before planning their visit to Tirumala Tirupati. How many times a devotee can avail darshan in a month and the mandatory time gap between two darshans. Let's go through each point step by step. Before moving into the content, please share this video with your friends, family, neighbors and colleagues, and also subscribe to Tirumala Tirupati Info by KHM channel. First, let's understand the mandatory gap between Lucky Dip Arjita Sevas. Devotees who are selected for any Lucky Dip Arjita Seva, whether through online or offline mode, must observe a minimum gap of 180 days from the date of darshan before applying again for any other Lucky Dip Sevas. The Lucky Dip Sevas include Tirumala Seva, Archana Seva, Ashtadala Pada Padmaradhana Seva, Suprabhadam Seva, Melchat Vastram Seva, Purabhishegam Seva and Tirupavada Seva. The 180-day restriction is counted from the actual darshan date, not from the date of registration or selection. Even if a devotee fails to attend the darshan after being selected, the restriction still applies. The mobile number, email ID and Aadhaar number used during registration cannot be reused for Lucky Dip Arjita Seva bookings for the next 180 days from the date of darshan. However, these credentials can still be used to book other type of Tirumala darshan tickets in the same month. If the devotee registers but is not selected, they may use the same credentials to register again in future months. Next, let's understand the gap between Srivari Arjita Sevas. For the following Srivari Arjita Sevas, a 180-day gap is required between two bookings. Kalyana Utsavam Seva, Unjal Seva, Arjitha Brahmotsavam Seva, Shashradeepa Alankara Seva and annual Arjita Sevas like Tepotsavam, Vasantotsavam, Pushpayagam, Pavitrotsavam and Jyeshtabhishegam. Once a booking is made for any of these Srivari Arjita Sevas, devotees cannot book any other Srivari Arjita Seva for the next 180 days. This 180-day restriction is calculated from the actual darshan date, not the ticket booking date. The restriction applies even if the devotee does not attend the darshan. The login credentials used for the Srivari Arjita Seva ticket booking will be blocked for further Srivari Arjita Seva tickets booking during this 180-day period, but can be still used for booking other Tirumala darshan tickets in the same month too. Now let's move to virtual participation Arjita Sevas. For virtual online participation Arjita Seva tickets, there is no restriction on the number of times a devotee can book or attend in a month. The same mobile number, email ID and Aadhaar can be used multiple times to book virtual Arjita Seva tickets, allowing devotees to have darshan on consecutive days or on different days within the same week or month. This is a unique advantage of the virtual online participation Arjita Seva. The credentials used to book virtual Arjita Seva tickets can also be used to book other Tirumala darshan tickets in the same month. Next, we discuss Anga Pradakshanam darshan guidelines. For Anga Pradakshanam Seva tickets, a minimum gap of 90 days is required between two bookings. This restriction is calculated from the actual darshan date, not the ticket booking date. Even if the devotee does not attend the Anga Pradakshanam Seva after booking, the 90-day rule still applies. The same login credentials cannot be used again for Anga Pradakshanam bookings for the next 90 days, but they still can be used for other Tirumala darshan tickets booking in the same month. Next, let's talk about Srivari Trust VIP Break Darshan tickets. For Srivari Trust VIP Break Darshan tickets, there is no restriction on the time gap whether the ticket is booked online or offline. A devotee can book a VIP Break Darshan ticket any number of times, even for consecutive days, weeks or months. The same mobile number, email ID and Aadhaar number can be used repeatedly just like for virtual Arjita Seva tickets. These credentials can also be used to book other Tirumala darshan tickets in the same month. Now moving on to senior citizen, physically challenged and medical issue darshan tickets. For these darshan tickets, a minimum gap of 90 days is required between two bookings. The restriction is calculated from the actual darshan date, not the ticket booking date. Even if the devotee does not attend the darshan after booking, the 90-day rule still applies. The same login credentials cannot be reused for booking the same darshan ticket again for the next 90 days, but it may still be used for other darshan ticket bookings within the same month. Next, let's look at the 300 rupees special entry darshan ticket. For this ticket, a minimum gap of 30 days is required between two bookings. This 30 days restriction is counted from the actual darshan date, not the date of ticket booking. Even if the devotee does not attend the darshan, the 30-day rule remains applicable. The same credentials cannot be reused for another 300 rupees special entry darshan ticket for the next 30 days, but they may be used for other Tirumala darshan ticket bookings in the same month. Now let's understand the Srinivasa Divya Anugraha Vishesha Homam ticket. Here too, a 30-day gap is required between two bookings. The restriction is counted from the actual darshan date and not the ticket booking date. Even if the darshan is not attended, the 30-day rule is still valid. The same credentials cannot be reused for this Homam ticket for the next 30 days, but they can be used to book other Tirumala darshan tickets. Now let's talk about SSD tokens and Divya Darshan tokens. Both SSD tokens and Divya Darshan tokens are treated as the same type of free darshan tokens by TTD. So whether you get an SSD token or a Divya Darshan token, a minimum gap of 30 days is required from your darshan date before getting either of these tokens again. Since they are treated as the same category of free tokens, a devotee cannot obtain both for the consecutive days. The restriction is based on the actual darshan date and not the token issue date. Even if the devotee does not attend the darshan after receiving the token, the 30-day rule still applies. Next comes the tokenless direct Sarva Darshan. There are no time gap restriction for this category. If time and crowd conditions allow, a devotee may have darshan twice on the same day through direct Sarva Darshan. Also, you may have darshan through this direct free Sarva Darshan on consecutive days, weeks or months as there is no restriction. Now, it should be clear that time gap restrictions apply only between the same kind of darshan tickets, not between different type of darshan tickets. For example, the 90-day restriction for Anga Pradakshanam should not be confused or compared with the 180-day restriction for Arjitha Sevas or the 30-day rule for the 300 rupees ticket. Now let's understand how many times a devotee can visit Tirumala in a single month. If time permits, a devotee can have multiple darshans of Lord Balaji using different types of darshan tickets such as 300 rupees special entry darshan, Anga Pradakshanam ticket, Srinivasa Divya Anugraha Homam ticket, VIP Break Darshan ticket, SSD or Divya Darshan token, tokenless direct Sarva Darshan or any other Tirumala darshan tickets. As long as different types of tickets are used, the same credentials can be reused to book various darshans within the same month. These guidelines are in place to ensure fair access and equal opportunity for all devotees across the country. This system supports a broad and inclusive participation in the spiritual experience of Tirumala. We hope this video helps you plan your Tirumala visit better. If you found this information useful, don't forget to subscribe to Tirumala Tirupati Info by KHM channel for more updates and detailed guidance, and share this video with your friends, family, neighbors and colleagues. Wishing you a blissful darshan of Lord Venkateswara.